Hello, 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 hello. How you doing? What you doing? Da, 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 da. Do, 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 do. Hi. Good morning, good morning. How are you today? Hello, Stinky. Good morning. Sorry, it's a tight squeeze in here today. That's Matt. It's a squash and a squeeze. How you doing, love? How you doing, sweetheart? You doing all right? Oh, better. Doing good. I had the strangest dream last night. I was abducted by aliens and they took me up in this ship. I was on the table and they were poking my eyes with needles and I couldn't move. Blooming egg. The question is, was it a dream? Was it a dream or did it, like, you know, did they make you think it was a dream? Was it real? I mean, this is Mulder and Scully area. Yeah, that would terrify me. That would be terrifying. Black eyes, and it almost looked like they wanted to laugh. I woke up my right eye was looking very swollen. Are you sure it was a dream? That seems a little real. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Yes, maybe it was not. Yeah, exactly. And your eye was swollen. Nay, I don't think that was a dream. Leaving my light on and holding on. Yeah, not. Yeah. Yes. Oh my god. That is what. That is wow. That would make me cry. How are you feeling now? Good Lord, that's a hell of a dream. Yeah. I can imagine you were very tired. You poor darling. Keep a sleep journal at the side of your bed, and if you have another one, jot it down and what time it happened, and just keep a dream diary, okay? Have you been going through anything particularly stressful recently? Hello, Nikki. Hello, Nikki. I know. Feels like it too. Oh no, it's my job. If I don't iron, I don't eat. Oh no. Asthma bosses are always like that. That's why I work for myself, and I can be the main character in my own nightmare. You see, if I don't iron, I don't eat. I'm asthma. Be your own worst nightmare and your own nightmare of being your own boss, like me. Insanity. Yeah, exactly. It helps. last night, obviously, insomnia, could not sleep. I ended up watching a really classic horror movie called The Prince of Darkness by John Carpenter. And it was amazing. Hi, Nikki News. Anyway, so I ended up watching The Prince of Darkness by John Carpenter last night because I couldn't sleep. Well, you know, what do I say? When you've got insomnia, watch a horror movie, you guarantee you'll never sleep again. All about quantum physics and the devil. Awesome. If you've not seen it, watch it. You'll love it. I think that'll be right up your street, Asma, actually. No, it was about the devil. Right. Picture, if you will, thousands of years ago, the anti-God, the devil, and Jesus, who was an alien, travelling through outer space. This is before time was being recorded. They figured out a way to trap the devil in the form of a green goo in a cylinder, right? And they trapped him there and they kept him asleep. And then many years down the line, a select order of priests unknown to the Vatican, this like a secular, like a Knights Templar, and they keep the devil in this cylinder, right? This green goo in this cylinder, and there is a total eclipse coming where the veil between our world and the outer realm is at its thinnest. And the last priest that was protecting us here on earth realizes that he can't stop the devil coming out. And he dies holding on to the key, which is where the devil is being held, right? There's an old church in Los Angeles, very nondescript, and nobody knows, but this church is holding the devil. Bring on the students who are going to study the cylinder, because they're quantum physics students. And these students have got to find a way to keep the devil still within the cylinder in the green goo. And it is terror. It is absolute sheer terror. Because each and every one of the students is picked off one by one. And oh my goodness, the quantum physics theory that goes through it, I tell you, Asma, it's right up your street. You will love it. It came out in 1987. I was 11 years old. And I didn't appreciate it at the time when I was 11, because it was a little bit above my head, because it's really intelligent horror. And it's only as I've grown older that I appreciate it for what the masterpiece that it is. Because John Carpenter did 3 films called his Apocalyptic series. You start with The Thing, the middle one is The Prince of Darkness, and the last one is In the Mouth of Madness. but it's the middle one, the Prince of Darkness, that doesn't get talked about as much as the other two. And it's a crying shame because it's an absolutely fantastic film, which I think you'd really enjoy it. In fact, I know you would, because you and I have got very similar tastes. Yeah, you do. It is just the story writing is phenomenal, and there's some brilliant actors in it. And Donald Pleasence is in it, and he plays the priest, and he's absolutely fantastic because he plays it straight. Everybody plays their characters as though they were either a proper religious person or a scientist, and it's just fabulous. And I mean, quantum physics, the devil, and the end of the world. It's right up our street. We've got very similar tastes. And we like intelligent horror. And there is a very famous rock star in this movie. I'm not going to tell you who it is because I want you to find out, right? And then tell me that you spotted him. But he's really famous. And honestly, I recommend it. I highly recommend it. I think you would enjoy it. I will watch it tonight. It's rated 6.7 out of 10. That's pretty good a rating for a horror movie because a lot of us horror enthusiasts can be a bit picky. Yes, we can. But the fact is that it does apocalyptic horror. And it's brilliant how it's done. The special effects were done old school. So instead of it being on a green screen, they actually did it with actual props. And it was done on a very, very low budget. I think they only spent £3 million on it, which in the grand scheme of things is not a lot on a film. But because so little was paid on it, all the money went into decent actors and a brilliant script, and the music is all John Carpenter. Everything, you know, he did the score, he did the writing for it, he did the filming for it, and you can tell it's John Carpenter all over. And the guy does intelligent horror. He makes you think, and it's one of those films that you'll be thinking about long after you've watched it. Yeah, I mean, there's a scene, right, where the devil is in the cylinder, right, in the green goo, and he's trapped in the liquid, and he is in liquid form, and he's trying to escape out of the cylinder, and the droplets out of the cylinder start going up into the sky like it's floating. But what they did is they filmed it with the camera upside down so that it just looks as though it was flowing upwards. And I mean, that is so clever. It's so basic, but so clever. Yes, he is. I mean, we wouldn't have had Halloween without John Carpenter. Dr. Loomis was played by Donald Pleasence. You know, so he's an old hat. He's been in lots of John Carpenter's films. Escape from New York. He played the President of the United States. He's done loads of stuff as Dr. Loomis. Well, Donald Pleasence. His character was Dr. Loomis in Halloween. And I mean, I'd like to think I was a little bit of a connoisseur when it comes to horror, you know, and I know what works, what's scary, and sometimes it's the slow burn and it's the ones that make you think, and it's when they show just snippets of, you know, what's going on, and it explained in like a cool and calculated way, and it's just atmospheric. It's so good. I absolutely loved it. As I say though, when you see the famous rock star, send us a message and say I've spotted him, right? Because you'll know who it is instantly when you see him. But I'm not going to tell you who it is because I don't want to spoil it. And he practically begged to be in this movie because he read the script and he was like, I have to be in this film. Yeah. So anyway, I was up really late watching that last night, and after that I did not sleep. Yeah, I hope so, because honestly, it's so good. I want to say it's going to be 40 years old in 2 years. Can you believe that? It's 38 years. Yeah, it's 38 years old this year. Because it's 2026 next year. I'll be 50 next year in 2026. Can't believe that. I cannot believe by next year I will have been on this planet for 50 years. That absolutely blows my mind. Are you feeling a bit better now? Are you feeling less shook up? Because, you know, that nightmare must have been absolutely horrendous. I mean, I'd have completely lost my mind if it had been me. Mind you, here I am telling you about Jesus is an alien and the devil's in a green goo and he's underneath a church in LA. So, you know, I'm obviously helping with the nightmare, am I not? You're going to try and catch up on some sleep. I remember when I was a little boy and I thought I would never grow old because it seemed time went by so slow, and now it goes by. It's as though somebody's put me on warp speed. Hello, another space note. Don't worry, if you didn't get pinged, I've no idea why. I don't understand. I've been having a lot of problems recently with the internet, so if you can see me, I'm just glad of that. Yeah, I know, it's wild. It is wild to think that in less than 6 months I have been on this planet for 50 years. And that is wild. Oh. So I've got asthma, dreaming that he was abducted by aliens and they were probing his eyes and it's giving him a nightmare. And you've actually had a nightmare of having to have root canal treatment. Oh my God. Boys, what are you doing to yourselves? It has spread, and this is why I was... Oh! Strangely, this does help with my nightmares. I find aliens more scary for some reason, because at least we can call a priest to handle the devil. Who do you call for aliens? I don't know. But I'm sure, I mean, you know, who are you going to call Ghostbusters? But we need something else to... I don't know. Who do you call if you got an alien in your back garden? Probably the Men in Black. Area 51. I know, I've never really had to phone anyone about something like that. That's a new one on me. Oh, lads, what are you trying to do to me? My nerves are shot. So, what's the treatment plan? Asthma, I'm part of the hope that 3% population doesn't drain, so I don't envy you. I suggest... Well, it's anything to help the poor lad get back to sleep, because, I mean, apparently this dream was pretty hideous. I mean, we're talking proper Mulder and Scully department. And then there's me telling him about The Prince of Darkness by John Carpenter that I were watching last night because I couldn't sleep because I got insomnia. So what do you do when you've got insomnia? You watch the scariest movie that you could possibly think of. And that's where Jesus is an alien and he's trying to warn humanity that the devil, which is currently trapped in a cylinder in a disused church downtown LA and hidden by a team of elite Vatican Templar priests, is trying to escape, and quantum physics and everything else is thrown in between it. That's what you watch, right? Guarantee. I'll never sleep again. Dreams, and we have some strange dreams. I haven't tried heats before, but I do like having my fan. Oh, well, it's like a white noise in the background. Oh. Oh, you poor darlings. It must be very late where you are then, Asnat. I mean, if you're woken up from a bad dream, you poor love. Well, it's a good job that you're both on at the moment, because this is my last normal day for a little while. I won't be ironing or cleaning as usual tomorrow or for the next week. Because I'm not going to be here. This is why I've been doing all this work this week and why everything's just been the angels are watching over you, Asmat. Yeah. But yeah, I do have good news. 959 confirmed viewed watched hours. I've never had that in my life. Oh. You just need to resettle your mind. Easier said than done. I have too much of an imagination. I'm always having weird dreams. So anyway, 959 confirmed viewed watch hours, which I didn't think was bad. And that's in 2 months. I've gone from 530 to 959. Well, in fact, that's under 2 months. Because I started watching everything from the 1st of May, and we've not quite got to the 1st of July yet. I am, aren't I? Yeah, hey, that might be good. Have you tried hypnotherapy? Yeah, that might help you. Mind you, are you susceptible to being hypnotised if you can't dream? Because there's a part of your brain that's locked off. So it might mean that you can't be hypnotised either. Oh, I don't know. It all depends on watch hours. It's steadily going up, but I think I'll be a while. I don't. Maybe this year. I don't know. Well, the thing in my teen years, my brain switched off for a reason. No point poking the bear. Yeah, maybe whatever it was that upset you, perhaps it's best leaving it where it is. Do you know, I'm loving this one this morning. It's a little bit of therapy for all of us. The aliens inside you, man. Maybe. Stranger things have happened. Maybe we're all in the Matrix, if you know what I mean. And perhaps there was a glitch in the system. Yeah. It could be the Matrix, you know. Stranger things have happened. Oh. You see, the brain's a funny thing, right? And I'll tell you for why. Yeah. But brains are funny things, right? You see, I'm going to use this as for my instance. I've given birth twice. Both times were horrific. I tore badly with the first, and my second dislocated my hip, and my whole pelvic region had all separated, having the second, and yet my brain can't remember going through those two traumatic things, and they were fucking traumatic, and yet I can't. It's blanked. It's gone. I cannot remember it. I know what happened because people have told me, but if I was to try and remember it, no, I can't. It's as though something has blocked it from my mind and I just can't remember it. Yeah, it's just like, no matter what I do, I can't remember. I think it's the body's way of protecting you. there's loads of traumatic things that have happened throughout my life, and some things I remember really, really clearly, and then other stuff like giving birth, I just can't remember. Here, let's have a sit down. Oh, I'm going to turn you around so you can see the state of my office. It's an appalling mess. There we go. Absolute mess everywhere. In and out of details missing. I was there, but my backseat passenger in my own body. Yeah, exactly. That is the best way of describing giving birth. You are there, but I just think there's so much going on, and there's so many people running in and out, and doctors and midwives and surgeons and stuff like that. Because I was really poorly with both my pregnancies and both giving birth twice. I was really poorly, and I honestly don't remember the experience at all. Oh, you got a client in the studio tonight. Whoa, anyone famous? Whoa, get you, Mr. Trendy. Yeah. Well, this is my last normal day. Is it got 193,000? Ooh, he must be famous. Whoa. Oh well, mixing with royalty. Wow. I would say this is my last normal day. And then I'm disappearing for a wee while. I'm off on an adventure. Far, far away. Yeah. Trepidation, mate. That's what I've got. I just don't know. I'm going far, far away. I'm trying to look forward to it, but I've got insomnia, and I know that's because I'm worrying. I've got true to form. Whenever I go anywhere or plan anything or want anything really nice for myself, my husband, or my kids, there's always somebody, and I don't know why they do this, but there is always somebody who's determined to make sure I have a really hard time going away. Yeah, I've got to try something, because I'm strung out. I am absolutely strung out with worry. And this person does this every single time, and they always get the needle in. It's as though they can't stand to see me happy. They can't stand to see me take a break and put myself first. I never do it normally, but it's like there's a rage in this person, and quite frankly, they absolutely hate me. They've hated me since the day I was born, and they've caused no end of problems in my life. I'm trying to, but well, let's just put it this way. This person raised me and didn't like me, and made a point of letting me know that they didn't like me, and made my life difficult. and didn't stop when I got married and didn't stop when I had children, and have just made it all about them. And because I chose to escape and get married and go away, the punishments got even more punitive. I know, sweethearts. It's just, really, it's really, really difficult when it's... The question you ask yourself is, if this person was not here, anymore, would you miss them? And if the answer that comes out of your mouth is no, not really, yeah, exactly. If they popped off, would you miss them? And the chances are, if the words out of your mouth saying probably not, oh, sorry. Yeah, you see, you got to ask yourself the question: if this person was no longer here, would you miss them? I didn't and do not. I damn bad for it. I neither ever deserved parents. Yeah, you see, the thing is, in thank you so much, Another Space Note. That was... How do people live with themselves in whacked out messages like that? That is so mad. I see, all I ever wanted in my life was the approval and the love. Now, I got that from one of the things that raised me, but not the other. Although they professed to anyone who would listen that they were the perfect parent and that they utterly put me first and loved me, but what came out of their mouths saying that and their actions were completely polar opposites. And when you grow up with that as your background, as your basis for your formative years, and that's how you're being raised, you're so confused as to, does this person love me or not? And you're at the point, I'm 50 next year, and I have got to get peace up here. Yeah, exactly. I agree with that statement. Not everyone that can should. I know. I completely agree with that. But I have to get peace up here. And I tell myself that I love my husband, I love my children, I have raised them the best way I know how, I am fiercely protective, and I will do anything to protect my family. And part of protecting them is protecting me and protecting this, because I can't go through the next 50 years wondering, am I doing the right thing? At some point I have to... It's like a failure to launch if I don't, if you know what I mean. I have to go out with the conviction that I have every single day when I come on here and I do a live, and I have to just say to myself, I am enough. I am okay. I have confidence and I can do this. I am not afraid. And if this person chooses not to love me today, then that's fine. It's not going to ruin my day. It will not ruin my holiday. It will not ruin my life. And it takes a lot to be able to do that. It really, really does. Especially when they're backstabbing you and biting you, you know. Oh, I've got dyscalculia. I probably wouldn't understand the numbers. You know, from the way my brain works, it's, you can show me something. I have to learn by doing. You know, the 3 types of learning. There's being able to read it and learn it that way. There is reading and doing it that way. Or there's the one where you're being shown how to do it and you're like, ding, the light bulb goes off. It's like, oh man, I've got you now. I'm the third one, right? You have to show me how something is done, right? It doesn't matter what it is. It could be changing the light bulb, changing a tire, doing a plug, sitting me down and showing me how quantum physics works. And I'm like, I'm with you, mate. I know exactly what you're talking about. But if you told me to read it from a book and then go out and do it, I'd be like, what? I can't do that. Right, yeah. So it's using Mat 1 eyeball, and the Mat 1 brain cell. I've only got 1 brain cell, by the way. Yeah, it's very tired at the moment because obviously I wasn't sleeping last night. I don't know, but yeah. So you see, I'm a complex little chaotic fairy in the brain department. Sometimes I can listen to somebody telling me something and I can get it that way, but mostly it's show and tell. You show me, I'll tell you if I can do it afterwards. Definitely. But yeah, I can honestly say I've had the most interesting childhood. I bet no wonder I switched to horror and apocalyptic stuff, you know, dystopian and utopian and nuclear war, because that to me brought me comfort. I know, isn't that a strange thing to say, that the end of the world gave me some kind of comfort in my life because my home life was so chaotic? Do you know, I was explaining to my husband the other day, right? My husband and I have been together for 25 years. I know, blink. 25 years, man, where have they gone? And I was just saying to him the other day that this is the only time in my life, this last 25 years, where I have felt safe enough to be myself, to be the chaotic little mess that you see in front of you, and to feel relaxed enough to say, yeah, I'm okay, I can handle this, I can do this. You know, that it was just the 2 of us for a couple of years, and then obviously the children came along, and oh my goodness me, it was what I needed. The universe knew what I needed and gave it to me at the right time. Isn't the universe a wonderful thing? It just knows the right time to do everything. You know, it's the right time to give you this partner in your life. It's the right time for you to become a parent. It's the right time for you. And every stage of my life since meeting my husband, everything has come along at the right time. Certain things came along that have knocked us backwards, the pair of us, but we've always found a way out of it together, you know? Yeah, 25 years, mate, it's a long flipping time. awesome. Marriage is good. Marriage is a good thing. It's a good institution. But we've had its ups and downs. Doesn't every marriage have its ups and downs? The fact is that we hung on, sometimes by our fingernails, but we hung on to everything that was going on around us. And what we've worked out over this 25 years that we've been together, that was when the attacks got the worst. Over this 25-year period, it's been where the attacks have come from members of the family and have just been utterly uncalled for, absolutely horrific. And my husband has always said, I'm here, I'm not going anywhere, they can't hurt you anymore. But it's taken a flipping long time to get me to a point where I can say, yeah, I'm done with your rubbish, I'm done with your, I'm a grown woman, I'm a mother of two, I run my own business, I don't need you doing this any longer, because it's just not on. You wouldn't treat someone else like that, so why are you treating me like that? And I can only come down to one solution. The said parent in my life is narcissistic. Yeah, exactly. You don't, I would say my husband has always known what went on. He knows what's went on, and it was horrific. It really was. And bit by bit, he's put my brain back together. It was just the right time. Like I say, the universe is an amazing thing. It knows exactly where you need to be at the given moment every day. It knows everything, and it knows who needs to be in your life. And I'll always remember this Buddhist saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And I am obviously ready to go and do this with YouTube, because, like I said, the student is ready, and lo and behold, the teachers have appeared. Haven't you? Another space note. You're teaching me so much, and it's phenomenal. The amount of information that I've taken on board this poor little brain of mine recently, and I've just, wow, my whole life is just like, it's like I've had do you remember that film Phenomenon, where that guy has like a flash of light and suddenly he can understand the universe? But that's kind of like how my life's been since 2023, December the 1st, 2023, when I decided that I was going to make a go of YouTube. Little did I know, the day that I decided to start YouTube was the day that little Monty, our kitten, was born. And he was born on the streets, and he was found at 8 weeks old. And he came to the RSPCA, and they made him better because he'd been eating all sorts of rubbish on the streets. And it was just at that point that we lost our old boy, Orca, to cancer. And we were absolutely devastated. We really were utterly devastated, because Orca came to us at a time when we nearly lost our home. And we adopted Orca, and then the house came back to us. And so when we lost Orca, it was like we were losing not just Orca, but we were going back through the emotions of almost losing the house. And that's why it hurt so much. And we ended up just like we were at a loss. We didn't know what to do. We knew we needed to adopt another little kitten, but we just said, oh, you know what? If the universe says the kitten will come to us, and he did in the form of Monty, and he needed a home, and we said, we'll take him. And Monty, as you know, is just bananas, and we love him dearly, and he's 18 months old next month. He's still a toddler. He's only a toddler, but he fills our heart with so much joy. And it was like it was meant to be. You know, he was meant to be born on the day that I started YouTube. And we found him 15 weeks later, and we just said, he's our boy. We're taking him home. Cats are. They're a gift from the universe, and they know more about what's going on than we give them credit for. Thank you, Another Space Note, for always being there. I understand you're busy, sweetheart. Here I am, rambling away, and you've got an edit to do, and you're not feeling very well. How very selfish of me. I'm sorry. I hope you're feeling better soon. Try to take something for the pain. Root canal treatment. It's not pleasant. I know. I've had it. You're currently not editing? Oh. Oh, you're currently... Oh, sorry, I thought you were wanting to go to work. Ooh. Me bad. That's another problem with dyslexia. I read things too quickly. My brain assimilates what it thinks it's read. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, and I have to reread it. Yo, you get in the studio to operational readiness. Oh, that sounds posh. That does sound rather posh. Yeah, cats are a gift. They are. But don't worry about that edit. It was just something for you to mess around with and see what you thought. I kind of wanted you to see what I were like when I was doing a book review more than anything. And basically, was I boring? You know, because if people say, oh, God, that's all boring. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I want to see the famous person. Definitely. Yeah. Rubbing shoulders with the rich and famous, which I will never be, by the way. I'm just happy to just be me. I'm happy to just get through the day. Yeah. Oh, well, have a really good interview with this said person. Absolutely. Only thing I'm changing is I de-ruined the audio and full screened the B-roll. I don't know what that is. De-ruined the audio. What does that mean? Sorry for being a bit thick, but I don't understand. Okay, how can you de-ruin the audio? Does that mean it sounded tinny or something? Like echoey? What's a B-roll? That sounds like toilet roll, bog roll, B-roll. There we go. See, there's a slight reverb on your voice. I removed the extra All right, I didn't realise. Is it my accent that does that, or is it just a natural thing that voices tend to do? I don't know. B-roll is like pictures and video. You put them in the top corners. I added some. Oh, right. Got ya. It's my little movie, like crazy. I don't know how I find it, but it's like Giphies. Is that Gippy? Gippy. That sounds like you're going to be ill. Giffy. Does that sound right? Don't know. Ah, yeah. Got ya. Well, like I sound a bit clearer. then awesome. Yeah. But I think you need to get yourself ready and better than, worrying about having to do. It was just something for you to mess around with, and just see my kind of style when it came to doing a book review. And hopefully, like I say, you don't find it that boring. You'll rest when you die. I say that. I can rest in my box. Mind you, the way things are going in this country, I'll be able to retire 5 minutes before I drop off, because I won't be able to afford to do anything else otherwise. Do you know, they'll tax me 5 minutes before I get in my wooden box. I can see how it's going. Tax you for breathing, tax you for being alive, tax you for dying. Oh, so many things to tax and so little time to do it in. Aye. Retirement age in the UK is 72 and life expectancy is 68. Yeah, it's so they never have to pay out. I know. It's a form of servitude. It really is. It upsets me that this is the life, and we're supposed to be grateful. I've got a better idea. We all be excellent to each other, and we put into our lives exactly what we expect to get out of it. And if we fill our lives full of love and happiness and surround ourselves with good people, then it can only be an epic experience upon the earth. Will I become a YouTube superstar? I'm not sure. Is the world ready for my adult brain and fairyisms and fairy thoughts and the doings of a fairy mind? Do you think the world is ready for that? Quantum physics, fairy style. Well, you never know, kid. You never know. If you don't try something, you're never going to know if it'll work. Isn't that the first step to changing your life, is changing how you do things? Because to keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is the first form of insanity. Albert Einstein. Yeah, I remembered it. Well, maybe I could be a cat fairy. Yeah, I could. Well, maybe that's why we got Mum. Do you know, the divine universe, here I am rambling again about the universe, but I think the universe wanted Monty to be in our lives, which is henceforth why he was born on the 1st of December. But how that little lad survived 8 weeks on the street without his mom is beyond me. I don't know. He's a little trooper, is that lad. He's an amazing boy. And he's got the biggest heart. But every time the doorbell rings and it's Amazon delivering or the postman, he runs off and hides under the bed. And we've started shouting out to him, Monty, go hide. It's the FBI. And he takes off and he hides under bed until everyone's gone, and then he comes downstairs and says, is it all right? Has everybody gone? Is everything safe? Oh, I'm going to go next door and check the laundry. Oh, here we are. What would make a good short? wanting the FBI delivery. Yeah, because he's just terrified. He's absolutely terrified. Every time the doorbell goes, I'm not joking, he's straight, he will run over you. It will like literally gallop over your head if you were in the staircase just to get past you to hide, because he's so frightened. He doesn't take well to strangers. I mean, I remember the first week that he was home here with us, and he wouldn't come out from underneath the television in the front room, underneath the television cabinet, and he hid and he hid and he hid, and he would not come out for anyone. Sorry, we need a bit longer. The dryer's not quite done. No, he's alright. He's a proper wimp, is Monty. He'll hide. He'll hide anywhere where he thinks no one's going to find him. And he's just utterly terrified of strangers. And it took him a long, long time to realise that we weren't going to abandon him. And right up till, I would say, September, October time last year, he was still having kitten nightmares, and he'd wake up in the night and he'd be crying, and he'd be throwing his little paws everywhere as if to say, oh, help me, I don't know where I am. And it got so bad that we put his little kitten basket on the bed. So, he was having proper little nightmares and screaming and throwing his paws everywhere. It was awful watching him go through that. And then suddenly he stopped, and I think he started to realise that we weren't going anywhere and that we were just going to take care of him. Yeah, he was such a good lad. He's so nice, and he's so sweet. I don't know. Well, that's my beloved. He's come downstairs. He needs me upstairs to help with whatever it is that he needs help with. So I shall be back later. And I'm sorry I've been rambling for goodness knows how long. But take care of yourself, Space Nut, and take care. Alright? Bye-bye, darling. Bye-bye.